There is something that you can do as a manager to help your team succeed. Organize one-to-one meetings. Frequent issue with one-to-one meetings is that no one does them, or if they still do, well, most of them are not effective because of the bad structure. Still, these kind of meetings are a good leverage to help your team to make sure that you're aligned with tasks and priorities. So it's super important to know how to take advantage of these meetings and how to structure them properly in order to make the most of it without losing precious time. In today's video, we'll see what is a one-to-one and why this is so important, how to structure it, how to make the most out of it. At the end of the video, I'll also share with you my one-to-one Notion template for free, so stay with me to discover how to use it wisely. C'est la fin? Je suis un siffleur fou. When you look at my one-on-one meeting template, you see that it's divided into quarters. Each quarter has months and each month has week in it. The idea is to be able to structure your one-on-one per week and go back to previous one-on-ones just to make sure that you're on the same page and that you've taken notes of each action and that no information is lost. Here, we've created a button for you to add for each one-on-one you're having a new template. You simply have to click here, and as you can see, a page will be created, and at the same time, it will open new things to start completing. The first step is to write your topics. In my topics, you can write it as bullet points or things that you want to discuss, things that are important. For your topics, it's your manager that should start writing all the things here. Below, you should put the most important actions that you've done from last week. If you're the one completing this form, it means that you're probably looking to get some feedback from your manager, and showing the actions from last week is a great way to keep him or her up to date with what you've accomplished. If you're the manager, checking like the action from last week is a great way not to lose information and make sure that if you're not aligned with the person working in your team, that you can kind of switch or change the things that needs to be done. For actions for this week, it's usually the actions that will come in the future. Again, here, it's the best way to make sure that you are both aligned on target and on the things that needs to be done. Progress on targets, this is where essentially you should start putting your KPIs. Whether you're working in sales or in growth, each person should have predefined KPIs that you are tracking on a weekly basis. Those KPIs, or key performance indicators, will help you follow how exactly among the days you are evolving and improving whatever you are doing, and also see whether or not you are getting closer and closer to your goals. Here there is a section that I really like, which is specific topics to be aware of. So for example, if something happened on a personal level or even at a company level, it's important that you are able to report it to your manager. It can be something super positive or something a bit more negative. But by sharing your emotions or how you're feeling, etc., your manager will be able to adapt or support you if it's a time, of need. So it's really, really important to always fill in that part. The next part is where you need help or actions from me as a manager. This is where usually people will write down things like, Guillaume, I need your help on this specific topic because right now it's a bottleneck and you are the decision maker on this. Or for example, I need more budget for XYZ, etc., etc. So here, great way to put all your bottlenecks and for your manager to see in an organized way what are the things he or she needs to help you with. The last part is literally the best one. So as you can see here, we just put what we called a synced block. I'm gonna show you in a minute why this is so amazing, but you can put the notes of the meetings and also the tasks that are super important to do or accomplish. So for example, the person filling in that document will put the task for next week, but if your manager thinks that there are new things or more important things that needs to be accomplished, you can put it down here right away. You can also add notes for the meetings. For example, if you receive feedback on something, no matter things, like you should take notes in every single meeting. And writing your notes here in this sync block is simply amazing because this block will be directly synced with your personal to-do. And you can sync it to many different places. As the head of, I would basically sync all the notes that are made in the meetings directly into my overview. So for example, here I can see what notes Roxana and me took at the last meetings, what notes Erwan took at the last meeting, what notes Lucille took at the last meeting, etc., etc. It will allow you to have a really good overview of what everyone is doing into one simple and clean dashboard. We've developed essentially like this one-on-one template, and when you have a one-on-one, the idea is, for example, we're now like in the first week of July. So the thing that I usually do is put it directly here. So when I come back and I want to check what happened on the first week of July, I can come here and find the template with all the notes and all the things we said. And you should do this week after week. We will share with you like this amazing template for free. But first, something that's really important is that you can modify this template and adapt it to your needs. The only thing you need to know is go here, click on more actions. Okay, c'est pas ça qu'on doit faire. Click on the little gear icon to configure your template. And here, as you can see, you have the button name. So you can essentially call it the way you want. For us, it was add a new one-on-one meeting, but you can call it whatever you like. And here, we also have like a template block. So the template is a new page being created. But if you click here, you can essentially modify and adapt this entire template to your needs. For example, what I would suggest is that for each person you manage, if you're the head of a department, is to put the KPIs directly. So for example, for a sales rep, it could be like a number of demos. It could be amount of MRR, so monthly recurring revenue generated, etc., etc. And for marketing, it could be something different. So what I would do is kind of like create different templates for each of the persons you are managing in order to have specific templates where they don't waste time on typing the same thing over and over again. And here you can really adjust it to your needs, which is pretty amazing. Once you have that, it's really much easier to do one-on-one in a structured and efficient way without losing any information and making sure that you have notes at the end of every single meeting which are actionable and where people can really improve. I hope this was useful. I've put the Notion template directly in the comments. Make sure also to subscribe to the channel so you can receive more cool templates, more business tips, and have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye. Yes! Yes! Doopy doop.